Oh my god! Oh my fucking god, it dropped! It's finally here!
It's showtime!
Oh my god, I'm about to go! Right, I got a little bit carried away there. Kendrick Lamar, he has just dropped his 6th studio album out of nowhere called GNX. There was absolutely zero promotion or announcement beforehand. It just appeared on streaming services like that. Now, Kendrick has been undoubtedly the most talked about rapper to come out of this year due to his beef with Drake. Which, on a related note, may we have a moment of silence for Drake, as he has been laid to rest. If you or anyone you love is an Oviho, there shall be a link in the description where you can donate some money to help those cope. May BBL Drizzy rest in peace. Alright, let's stop mourning a pedo and let's get back to the real shit. Let's sit down and talk some Kung Fu Kenny. I don't really know what else to say other than this album was great. There's not a single skip on this album. This is also Kendrick's first album where he doesn't particularly touch upon a concept, and it's also not produced by TDE. This just felt really laid back and chill, kind of like how Section 80 was, but it feels a bit better than Section 80. It's also nice to see that Kendrick reclaimed the Heart Part 6 as well, because let's face it, we all want to forget that that song exists. And instead of using it as means to spread hate, he uses it as means to show love to his family over at TDE. He shows love to Absol, J-Rock, Schoolboy Q, and most notably who appears on the album, SZA. They even go the extra mile to announce that they're going on tour together. The only thing that genuinely shocks me is why the bloody hell at any point of the beef did the Drake fans actually believe that SZA would take Drake's side over Kendrick? Like, they say that as if they haven't been signed to the exact label for 14 years. But in all fairness, I kind of like this new route what Kendrick is trying to go down. In Reincarnated, he's talking about how young artists can throw away their lives due to sex and drugs. And in the next song, he's just yelling, "Master!" Now, personally, I don't know where I should put this amongst where I'd rank the other Kendrick albums, and I still think it's too early for that. But if I had to at the current moment, I'd probably put it in the same place where I'd put Damn and Section 80. But then again, by the time you're watching this video, the album's probably like 3 or 4 weeks old by now. Now, the real question is, do I think it's album of the year? And to keep the answer short, surprisingly no.
What?
Right. Before I get publicly executed, let me explain. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great album, but we're still at the end of the year, and this album's still too early to see where it ranks amongst the others. Like, Chromacopia dropped like a month ago, and I'm still trying to gather up all my thoughts on that album. Like, it is really, really hard for me to choose between Tyler and Kendrick, because for me personally, they're my 2 favorite rappers. Both albums are definitely miles better than whatever the fuck Vultures 1 and 2 were. Frankly, I don't even know if there's gonna be a Vultures 3, and honestly, I do not care. I'm not even really that excited for the Bully album that Kanye's supposed to drop. I'm just now happy that Kanye's off the nitrous and he's now somewhat back to his normal self. Overall, personally, I think that new Charlie XCX album, Brat, I think that's the best album of the year. Yeah, I'm a brat, so what? It definitely had the most impact amongst all the other albums this year. Like, frankly, I was bored of that Sabrina Carpenter album, but white woman music doesn't do it for me. But somehow, gay techno pop does do it for me. Anyway,
What up,
back to
Reddit?
Kendrick. I'm just happy to see that his comeback's kind of come full circle. It's even happened way before the beef with Mr. Morale. But Kendrick's also looking to have the biggest song of the year with Not Like Us. That song has single-handedly become so popular that Drake is now willing to sue Universal Records over the song. I mean, after all, Drake is the only rapper who's allowed to have hit songs. Like, he's allowed to have hit songs about him dissing many, many other rappers, but when it comes to people dissing him in a hit song, that's a big no-no in Drake's book. It really just goes to show that the only friends that Drake actually has in the music industry are just corpos in suits who carry contracts with them. Just quit being a fucking pussy and take the loss like a real man, why don't you? But then again, we're talking about a guy who kisses 17-year-old girls on stage and calls himself Anita Maxwell for a living. Kendrick's run this year has been absolutely unbelievable. It's no shocking surprise that he's been chosen to do the Super Bowl, yeah, over so many other artists. And a lot of people were pissed off at Kendrick for doing the Super Bowl over Lil Wayne, but come on, man. Have you seen the Lil Wayne performance recently? I know he's supposed to represent New Orleans, but yeah, all I gotta say is, yeah, it's not that. Anyway, that's probably it for today. All I've gotta say is, the album was amazing. Tyler's album was amazing. We've had many great albums this year. SZA also just dropped her deluxe of SOS. And Mac Miller's family also came out announcing that they're going to release an album that he recorded all the way in 2014 as of next year. Rest easy, Mac. We're missing you every day, buddy. Really, all we're waiting on now is for these 4 guys to drop, and let's face it, none of them are gonna do it. Anyway, I thought I'd just give a current update on the aftermath of the Drake and Kendrick beef and what's going on. If you haven't seen my first video, please give it a watch. It's my favorite video that I've made. I'm also probably not gonna be uploading for a while for 2 reasons. One, right now I should be putting all my work into my uni stuff because, let's face it, that's more important than this. 2, I've been in one of the absolute worst mental states that I've been in for a while, so really all I need to do is just find a way to put myself back up together. But yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. And it's looking like this video is also coming out on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas! GNX, the new Kendrick album, was great, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And in conclusion, free Luigi Mangione, he ain't do shit!
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it snows, I skied in and they froze.